Stand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. Wasn't that a hit? Or maybe it was a miss. Either way, it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of energy in that skit, and we're going to be talking about skit energy this week in the tutorial. After you see this bit of fun street hypnosis, you're going to see several skits this week, so make sure you stay tuned for this one. And we're going to talk about several things, including how hypnosis can reduce inhibitions as well. Doesn't that sound good? Keep watching inside. Hi there, my name is Turan Mirza. I'm a hypnotist and clinical hypnotherapist. I do like to shoot these videos outside where I can, but if you can see out the window, you'll see that it's raining, it's cold, and in some parts of the country right now, it's March 2023, and yet it's snowing. Bit of a historical stamp on the weather forecast right now, but you're not here to listen to the weather. You're not here for the weather, I said that before, but just to let you know, since I shot that first piece, there's snow outside. This footage might look a bit dark because I've turned the exposure down so you can catch the snow out through the window. Anyway, back to the main footage. You're here to find out about hypnosis and watch some fun hypnosis. You've seen these girls before. I'll put info links in the cards above for the videos that you've seen before of those girls. Watch those after you've watched this video, but stay tuned for this because there's quite a few skits in two sections this week. One of the sections is quite low energy and the other is very high energy, as you saw in the intro clip there. That was part of the last skit before I woke them up, and you'll see me waking them up out of hypnosis right at the end and getting a bit of feedback as well. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget, click the subscribe button and that bell notification next to the subscribe button so you get notified when a new video comes out. And it also helps my channel grow when YouTube sees there's lots of subscribers. So if you like hypnosis, make sure you subscribe for more videos coming up from myself. And if you have any comments, have any questions about this video or about hypnosis in general, I love to hear them. So leave the comments in the comments section below. And if you have any queries that I think I can make into a video, then I'll give you a little name drop when I make that video in the future. But enough of all that, let's watch the video. Stay tuned afterwards, as always, for the tutorial breakdown where you'll find out some really interesting information about hypnosis. But on the count of 3, when you wake up, you're going to realise that you are the costume inspectors. You're the costume critics. You're going to walk around and everybody walks past in the costume. You're going to just go up to them and you're going to tell them what you think of the costume and what the best bits are and what the worst bits are. Nod your head that you understand. You're going to be costume critics and you're going to tell people just what you think. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes.
Is a nice spider, yeah. You should fix the flattering on it. But like, it's good, honestly. Yeah, the shoes and the...
What about these guys over here? What about these guys over here?
Good. That is a good one. I really like your mask. Yeah, it's a little bit crooked to the side. Yeah, it's a bit big. Yeah, it's under there. Yeah.
And what about this one? What about this one?
Great mask. Great mask. Masks are great. Yeah. It's great. Pretty cool.
And when I click my fingers, you're going to realise these guys are the prettiest costumes you ever did see.
Holy shit, you look so amazing. Masterpiece.
And you're going to realise as part of their costumes, they really smell wonderful.
What perfume do you use? Did you use perfume? Did you?
And you want to get closer to them and smell that wonderful smell. It's the most beautiful smell that you ever did smell.
I'm sorry, but like you smell so nice. What do you use? Yeah, same. Like, do you use anything? Because it smells really good. Yeah.
And you want to go and get closer and you really smell that smell and tell them how wonderful that is.
Oh, can I sit with you guys? Can I stay with you for like the rest of the day? Because you smell so nice. It's amazing.
And now when I click my fingers, it is the most foulest smell you ever did smell.
Never mind. Does anyone else have like a spray? Or do you have like a spray? I have got a spray. Do you want a spray?
Now you realise these characters are the nicest smell ever.
I'm sorry guys, y'all smell so nice. This is the beautiful scent I've smelled in a while.
And you can't get close enough to them. You just want to smell them and how wonderful it is. Tell them how wonderful it is.
Oh, nice. Oh, what are you, is that like a perfume or something? Is it like a body fragrance or like something, you know? Hit me up.
Come over here now, come over here now, come over here, come over here, come here, look at me, and sleep now, way down, deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. In a moment we're going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3, these guys just smell back to normal like they always smell. There's no overly exciting fragrance other than what you smell naturally. But on the count of 3, when you open your eyes, you're going to start to want to play like a clapping game with each other, but you're not going to be able to find your hands. You're going to just keep missing each other's hands. When you try to clap hands together, you're just going to miss each other's hands. Nod your head that you understand. You're going to have a little clapping game together with each other, but you're not going to be able to do it. You're just going to keep missing each other, and it's going to be really funny inside your head, and you're just going to not be able to stop laughing. Nod your head that you understand. So 1, 2, 3, open your eyes. And try getting it faster and faster and faster.
You're terrible at this. You're so bad.
And it gets funnier and funnier and funnier. And it turns into a belly laugh. And the laughing makes it harder to clap.
Okay, one more time. Okay.
And feel that belly laugh getting louder and louder. And you're supposed to start laughing like donkeys. Now you start laughing like monkeys. And now you laugh like posh ladies. And sleep now. Way down. Deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. The deeper you go, the more relaxed you feel, the more relaxed you feel, the deeper you go. In a minute I'm going to count from 1 to 3, and the count of 3, and count of 5. On the count of 5, all hypnotic suggestions are going to disappear from your mind. You're going to feel full of life, full of energy, like you've had a 12-hour sleep, like you've had a 6-hour massage. But you're going to feel all hypnotic suggestions will just disappear from your mind. You'll no longer feel like laughing like a donkey or a monkey or anything else. And you're going to feel full of life and full of energy. So 1, that feeling of hypnosis just disappear from the tips of your toes. 2, washing up through your legs, through your stomach, through your pelvis. 3, take a deep breath in now. Feel that energy washing up through you. 4, into your head, into your sinuses. Full of life like a fresh mountain breeze. And 5, stretch and wide awake.
Ooh. That was weird.
Wasn't that good?
That was weird. That was.
You enjoy that?
Yeah.
So tell the camera, just for the camera, what did you think of hypnosis?
That was great. That was pretty freaky. It was cool. It was really cool. That was really cool.
From time to time, some people say, "Oh, I don't want to be hypnotized because it's scary." And
it's not.
There you go. Perfect.
I couldn't really feel it. Yeah.
High fives. Just make sure you can hit. There you go. Wonderful. Thanks very much. Cheers.
Wasn't that fun? I hope you really enjoyed that video. The girls were great stars right to the end, and like I say, do remember to check out the other 2 videos from them later on after you finished listening to this. So what was going on there? Well, first of all, I give them the hypnotic suggestion that they were costume inspectors or costume critics, as I corrected myself there. You're going to go around and you're going to criticize people's costumes. Now, this is something that people wouldn't normally do if it wasn't part of their job. So I'm giving them that guidance. The suggestion is not just go criticize them, but it's you are costume inspectors, and that gives them the authority, the remit to get rid of any inhibitions they might have about just criticizing someone and telling them what they think of their costumes. Now, this is a nice skit to do because you can move around various people in the crowd, and most of the people in the area had costumes. You saw me at times looking around to see who was coming to maybe pick on them, but there were various people standing around in that sort of covered area, just like today that's raining here. It was raining on that day, and you can just see in the background the ground was a bit wet. So we were standing in a covered area, and we had a few people just hanging around waiting for the rain to pass. So in terms of energy, there wasn't a lot of buzz, a lot of excitement in that first section where they were just giving feedback. But it was nice to see you got a giggle and got some feedback from the people. It's a nice skit to do if you want to engage with the audience. And hypnosis is not just about hypnotizing the subject, but it's about giving entertainment, giving some audience participation. So I like this sort of skit, even though the energy is not really high in just walking around and giving feedback. It depends obviously on the responses you get and in the interactions you get from the individuals. These girls, as you will see in the other videos, were very high energy at times, and as you saw in the latter skit, but it's just the nature of this skit that there wasn't a lot of energy. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do these sort of lower energy skits, because it's nice to mix it up, and it's nice to find out a variety of skits that you can do just to mix things up. If you've got fans that have been walking around all morning watching you hypnotize, they don't want to just see the same old thing. So without dropping them back into that eye closed hypnosis, I extended the suggestion by saying, now the people you're talking to smell so wonderful and you want to get close to them, you want to really sniff them and smell them. So I'm now engaging a slightly different skit without having to drop them into that sort of eye closed state to make that suggestion. You can change suggestions as you go along. Again, people think you have to have eyes closed to implement a suggestion, and that's just not the case, and you saw that very beautifully there, because as soon as I give that suggestion, it wasn't on their mind to say you smell beautiful, but as soon as I give them the suggestion that the people they were talking to smelled beautiful, they were all over them, they were complimenting them, they were asking them about their smell. And again, it's a bit of a dirty, rotten trick to do on the audience, but then I said to them, you know, now the people you're talking to have the rottenest smell in the world. Now hopefully the audience understand that 2 seconds ago they smelled beautiful, now they smell awful. There's no difference in that. It's just a suggestion in their mind. They don't actually smell terrible, but it can be a bit, you have an insult sometimes. So just play it with a lot of ease. I always come from the point of view of not insulting the audience, so do your best to work that skit in a way that it's funny without being insulting. I move them on to another crowd as well, and again repeat that process of saying they smell wonderful and getting them to criticize the costumes, and again it goes down very well, but very sort of, as I would say, low energy. So I bring them back and drop them down to hypnosis and give them a stronger suggestion of, when you wake up you're going to play the hand clapping game, but you're going to miss, and they do that beautifully. But you can see how the energy's different in that. They're laughing at themselves now at the idea. They weren't laughing before, they were just criticizing, and very seriously, because that was their job, they were the critics. But this time they're having fun and they're trying to slap each other's hands but missing completely, and there's a lot of energy in that there, so that has a different dynamic, and it's nice to see that contrast between the two types of skits. Again, just like with the last skit, without dropping them back into that eye closed state, I then say you start to laugh more and more, so I'm really building up the laughter that's naturally within them, and I'm attaching greater laughter. It becomes a belly laugh, and then you'll laugh like a donkey, you'll laugh like a monkey, and even you'll laugh like a posh lady. And again, at every stage they jump from one suggestion to the next beautifully, so they're really accepting all these suggestions and having a great time. So hopefully you understand that when you're in hypnosis and you're crafting the suggestion in such a way that you give them a reason to just open up, you can reduce the inhibitions, but you have to think about how you tailor that suggestion to open up that freedom to just talk to people and give feedback about costumes or whatever the inhibition you're trying to reduce. And that's exactly the same within a therapeutic setting. If someone's shy, if someone's introvert, you've got to give them a suggestion in such a way that they feel natural to open up and be more themselves. And it's the same, again, energy wise, you want to look for a mixture of skits so you can have some fun with the subjects you're hypnotizing. To finish off that video, you see me bringing them out of hypnosis and then giving them a little interview to say, well, what did you think of that there? And they thought, oh, it's weird, but again, they really enjoyed it, and they got a lot of value out of that. So it was nice to hear the feedback. And again, I always say I like to talk to people afterwards rather than just sending them quickly on their way, because I want to make sure they had a good experience. That's just as important part of the whole street hypnosis performance, is to make sure you leave them in a good and a very happy state, and that they've got something out of the experience. So I hope you liked that video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, make sure you give it a like, and don't forget to click the subscribe button and that bell notification next to the subscribe button. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I love always to hear your comments. And if you haven't watched the video yet of them being induced, then I'm going to put that up for the end screens now. It's going to come up in a minute, and you click that straight through to that and watch them and enjoy that video too. Until next week, see you soon.